Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. Let me just find my chat here. Let's see who was in here. Lisa, 100% love. She says, good morning. I'm in Virginia. What part in Virginia did this happen? It happened in Roanoke. Hey, Jane, good morning. Pamela. Do what, Pamela? I have no idea what you're talking about. I think you're talking about the Hawaiian people. Hey, Tremaine, good morning. Cheryl, how's everyone doing this morning? Let me get my screen set up here. I've not been up to much this morning, just watching the news, looking up true crime, the usual. So they found the three missing kids from Roanoke, Virginia. I'm pretty sure that's up in Roanoke. But what it was is the parents ran with their three kids. They were getting ready to have the kids removed from the home. So they took off. Now, the father, John Varion Allison, he turned himself into police Wednesday morning around 10 a.m. However, the mother and the kids were still on the run. The mother, Ruby Marie Allison. Now, she was pulled over in South Carolina by the Highway Patrol. So the Amber Alert has been canceled. Of course, she was taken into custody. So I'm glad they found the kids. I'm curious to why the kids were being removed from the home. From what I know, it takes a pretty good lot to remove kids from their parents, from their mother. So maybe they were on drugs. Maybe there's abuse involved. Who knows? Hawaiians are Hawaiians, Pamela said. They were Pacific Islanders. Yeah. I've watched a documentary about them. How are they going to do an Amber Alert for kids that weren't removed from the home yet? I don't know. That's like a really good question. So, from what I understand, the parents must have known that they were coming to remove the kids. It's the only thing I'm going to scroll and look. It really doesn't say much about it. It says, according to the Roanoke County Department of Social Services, was in the process of trying to remove the children from their parents on Tuesday afternoon, the day John and Ruby Allison disappeared. Roanoke County Police Chief Howard Hall said the parents were uncooperative during phone calls with them. And that's all it says about it. The rest of it's just describing, what the kids looked like and stuff. So evidently they knew they were coming to take the kids. Why would you tell parents, hey, I'm on my way to come and take your kids? Because crap like this is going to happen when you do that. That's kind of strange. Strange. Let me see if I can get out of this. So they caught the guy that allegedly murdered Tony and Katherine Butterfield in Utah Let me stop screen sharing this so I don't hurt y'all's eyes scrolling. But allegedly, he did know the Butterfields. They don't know how yet. I'm going to find the article here. But the federal marshals got him in Sacramento, and it looked like they had to beat the crap out of him. So I was seeing some comments, and they said that maybe he worked for the Butterfields. Let me just find the article here. So their kids were upstairs asleep when they were murdered. And it looks like Tony Butterfield tried to defend himself because this man, the suspect, was cut. Now just look at his picture. They beat the crap out of him. Give it a minute to pull up there. Leave it to Beaver. Hey, hon. Debbie, good morning. Is Linda Kay in here? Hey, Linda Kay. So, yeah, I think he resisted arrest. So, yeah, he got the crap beat out of him. Deserved it. Okay, so it says a suspect wanted in connection with the deaths of a Utah couple has been captured. KSL.com reports that U.S. Marshal Service assisted in capturing Albert Johnson, 31, in Sacramento, California. Authorities had been searching for Johnson since Monday. Now, his wife had already been arrested. And she was arrested for giving false statements to police about what occurred with the Butterfields and her involvement with it. Okay, Tony and Katherine Butterfield were found deceased at a home close to 3200 West and 6900 South in West Jordan, after a call reported hearing gunshots in the area, according to West Jordan Police Department. Johnson allegedly rummaged through the couple's belongings before fleeing. The couple's 3 young children were left at home. They were physically unharmed, but it isn't clear if they witnessed the killings. There's his wanted poster. When authorities arrived at the scene, they noted broken glass, a footprint near the garage, and signs of forced entry. They found Tony Butterfield deceased in his backyard and his wife dead inside the home. Both died from gunshot wounds. We do believe this was a home invasion, Holt said. He was not a welcome guest there. He was armed with a gun, and the Butterfields tried to defend themselves with the knife from the house. Okay, it says earlier this week, authorities arrested Johnson's wife, Sina Ann Johnson, 29, after she allegedly falsified her statements of what occurred in her involvement and withheld about the suspect's location. Pamela, I'm just now realizing why you were talking about, how do you say their name? Is it the Simona people? Because I think that's, he looks like he's one. Okay. So she withheld information about his location. Hey, that's aiding and abetting, you would think. I'm slow sometimes, Pamela. I had no idea why you were saying that about, the difference in the Hawaiian people and I cannot say that name. I think it's Simona. Hey, Very Merry Lovable Rogue. How are y'all doing? Oh, crap. I X'd out my chat. I'm blonde, Pamela. It didn't click in my head till right then. Hey, Florence, it's good to see you. I've been missing you, girl. I'm glad you're okay. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see what his motive was to commit those two murders. Evidently, these people didn't have a gun in their home. I saw someone saying that they're probably members, Mormons, LDS Church. Well, I'm glad to see you here. Yeah, The Rock. That's what he is too, Gene. I'm going to have to look up how to pronounce that. Hold on. Let me get out of my chat. It's driving me crazy. I'll just Google it. And how to pronounce it.com is usually what I use. Okay, here's a video on YouTube how to pronounce it. Well, I didn't do it very long. I think it said Simona, though. Simona. The Rock's cousin is actually a wrestler, too. I forget what her name is. I think it's like, I don't know. It's a weird name. But she looks just like The Rock. Get back to my chat. The Rock. Let me turn my volume down. Samoan. Samoan. Is that how you say it, Pamela? I'm going to have to find me a good documentary and watch about those people again. The Samoan people. Well, when I first saw him and his wife, that's what I thought. I always say Hawaiian. They look Hawaiian. I guess I'm not saying it right because there's a difference. Leanne, welcome to Southern Charm. We're the Southern Charmers. Hey, y'all, I come up with something really funny. Y'all know how we was talking about Miss Effin Wonderful and her boyfriend jerking out his weenie. She needs a channel membership and she needs to call it #WienerNation. I was telling my hubby about it. He was laughing. I had to tell him the whole story about Wiener Nation. Thank you, Leanne. Again, I appreciate that. I have been doing double shifts. Florence, do you work in the healthcare? So what you do? Work in healthcare? For some reason, I think you're a nurse. I mean, you don't have to answer me, but for some reason, I just think that. I don't know what put that in my head. Y'all like that? #WienerNation. Hey, I want to tell y'all something, and don't judge us. So I was joking around with Mark about it, and I took his plate of food in there to him the other day, and before I'd hand it to him, I said, you got to say #WienerNation. So he says, #WienerNation, and takes his hand and shakes it, You just would have had to be there. And he's still, every now and then, he'll look at me and he'll say, #WienerNation, shake his hand. Oh, gosh, I'm awful. I thought you did work in the healthcare industry, Florence. Good morning, Chrissy. I mean, somebody needs to get a hold of that girl, and tell her, she needs to start channel membership, and one of the levels can be #WienerNation. I mean, like, she was act like it's no big deal. So Mark's like, I can't believe somebody would get on a live stream and whip out their, you know what? I can't help but talk about it. I mean, like, I just can't believe it. I still can't believe that happened. That girl's right about one thing, Miss Effin Wonderful. It is like a reality TV show over there. That's why I don't mind to talk about it a little bit on here, because hell, if you're gonna be on reality TV and do crap like that, people's gonna talk about it. Don't watch the channel you mentioned. Well, I don't much unless I'm bored, and I'm just nosy sometimes, see what's going on. And she used to do really good videos. No joke. Back in long time ago, she'd done like the Delphi murder. She'd done vlogs, just a little bit of this and that. But now it's totally different. Totally different now. She started Wiener Nation now, so my supervisor was COVID-19 positive. He's in the hospital for over a month. Prayers, please. Oh my gosh, Florence. You've not been sick though, have you? I bet you've been working your butt off. I thought about you several times, because you always used to be in the chat. Sometimes, I know you work, you would miss, be tired, whatever. But I hadn't seen you in a while, so I was worried. Then you finally commented, and I was like, well, she's okay. She's alive. But I'm glad to see you here this morning. No, I tested negative. Linda says, gotta fly. Y'all be safe and be kind. Keep others in mind. It's true, Linda. Bye, Linda. Have a good day. Don't want no short man. Y'all remember that song? No, I don't remember that song. I have to look that up. Oh, no problem, Florence. Here's something else, man. I'm telling you, the true crime news is getting crazier and crazier. It just seems like there is a lot more than normal. And this was this happened in Dayton, Ohio. A father shot his daughter. He was trying to kill her. I'll read it to you. She's just 15 years old. A Dayton, Ohio father was arrested Sunday on suspicious of felonious assault after he called 911 to say he had just shot his 15-year-old daughter. It was the second of 3 calls to 911 from the home of Stephen Brandy, 55. The first came at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday from the daughter, who asked police to come and take this man to jail for being a woman beater on his own daughter, according to the calls obtained by the Dayton Daily News. She also told dispatchers her father had a razor and a knife, but she stopped talking and the call ended. A few minutes later, a man called 911. I just shot my daughter, the man said. Please send someone quickly. He can be heard trying to treat the girl, but he too stopped talking with dispatchers and the call ended. Minutes later, the teenage girl calls again, begging for help. Please come get me. I need help, she said. I got shot. Please help me. Please, Lord, I need you. Gosh. The call ended when a police officer picked up the phone and told dispatchers emergency personnel had arrived. Police booked Brandy into the Montgomery County Jail at 9:30 p.m. Sunday evening, but he was released on Tuesday without a formal charge, the Daily News said. The Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office said the incident is still under investigation. The Daily News said the girl's condition was unknown on Monday. Freaking crazy ass. Seems like he was, had a knife and a razor blade on her. And then after she called 911, he shot her. So it seems like, based on one of her 911 calls, this man has a history of beating on his daughter. The world, I'm telling you, the world is evil. Yesterday, we read about a man raping an 8-month-old baby. I still can't get over that. That still bothers me. I read that article. Let me find what else I was going to share with y'all. Let me look at the chat, though, first. Well, he should be charged with attempted murder. I can't believe that he was released without any formal charges. This next story is going to freak y'all out. Let me get it screen shared here. Well, there's really nothing to share. There's no pictures, but I'll let y'all look at the title here. So, a 10-year-old girl is pregnant. Yeah. And her mom knew this abuse was going on. It says the mother of pregnant 10-year-old girl allegedly agreed daughter and mom would take turns with suspected rapists for years. I'll tell you what, both of them adults needs to be took out in an old-fashioned hanging for this shit. This happened in Kansas. A 10-year-old girl in Kansas is pregnant after years of suspected sexual abuse that her mother allegedly allowed. According to the Kansas City Star, a midwife alerted police to the situation after she visited the girl's home in February to discuss the birth plan and discovered the age of the pregnant female. The midwife also told police that she learned the girl, who was in her 3rd trimester, had not received medical care during the length of her pregnancy. The girl's suspected rapist, 51-year-old Ronald DeJohnette Jr. of Overland Park, was arrested and charged with rape, aggravated indecent liberties, and aggravated criminal sodomy. There the sick son of a bitch is. I don't have any words. I'm shocked. An affidavit obtained by the news outlet indicates the girl's mother may have allowed the abuse, though the woman has not been criminally charged at the time. The juvenile victim reportedly told police that when she was 7 years old, she had a discussion with her mother and the suspect about entering into a sexual relationship with DeJohnette. After that, the girl said she and her mother took turns having sex with the suspect. And in 2018, he allegedly approached the girl and said he wanted her to bear his children. Can y'all believe this sick stuff? 7 years old, her mother had a discussion with her about entering into a sexual relationship with this sick son of a bitch. At 7 years old, the kid had probably no idea what the woman was talking about. Oh, my dear God. That kills me to think about that. The girl reportedly denied she was certain she had been raped by the suspect in her initial police interview, but later said she had not been truthful because she was afraid DeJohnette would have to go to jail. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but that's how I'm pronouncing it. He don't deserve his name pronounced right. Lady, excuse you. She's digging her out of place in the cover. Police said the girl had been homeschooled for the last 2 years and was not permitted to leave the home by the time her pregnancy would have been visible. When questioned, the suspect allegedly told police he believed the father of the victim's unborn child was a 10-year-old boy who was a former schoolmate. It is unclear if the girl has given birth or when she is expected to. The girl's mother has not been identified, and it is not known if she is expected to be charged. Crime Online will provide updates when they get more information. Look at him. Sick son of a bitch. God, that kills me to read stuff like that and just think of what that child had to go through. Oh, crap. I was muted. Sorry. Karen and her mother approved of this. Holy Mother of God. Yeah. She came to the girl when she was 7 years old and, discussed with her about entering into a sexual relationship with that son of a bitch. I'm sorry to keep saying that word, but it's so sick. Hey, little Chloe, what do you want, baby? My little Yorkie just came in here. She's wanting something. They will not last long in prison. Someone will get to him. Yeah, he wanted this little girl to have his baby. That's what she told police. He wanted her to bear his children. I cannot believe any mother would allow something like this to go on. My dog agrees with me. Come here, baby. I'll hug you. Come here. Oh. These people are sick. See, in my mind, the mother is probably, in my mind, worse than him because she allowed this. She could have stopped this before it even happened. She knew it was going to happen. He was going to rape her daughter for years, from the age of 7 till 10. God, stuff like this enrages me. It really does. Is it you, Chloe? She's sitting here looking at me. Way worse. She should have protected her daughter. Yes, I totally agree. Hey, Meow Meow, how are you? What the hell is wrong with these mothers, all of them? I don't know. Sick. They both deserve life behind bars. I can't even talk. I get so mad. They deserve the death penalty for it, in my opinion. That's my opinion. What they did to this child and what she's going to live with the rest of her life inside her mind. They deserve a lifetime full of pain. It just seems like there's like a lot more that there was a case a while back of another 10-year-old. Crap, I didn't know 10-year-olds could get pregnant. At 10 years old, I wasn't having my menstrual cycle. Maybe I was a late bloomer. I don't know, but at 10 years old, I wasn't. Yesterday, they did a massive pedophile bust here in Virginia, and there was 30 Virginia men busted. They were busted for trying to lure minors uh, in to have sex with them. And there's some women in this too. It's not all just men. I'll show y'all the picture of them. Sick bastards. Chloe, hold on. I'll go get you something in a minute. Goodness gracious, woman. Leave it to Beaver. I saw that. Oh, the case a while back of the other, yeah, there was another little girl that ended up pregnant. Her mother knew what was going on. It was the mother's boyfriend. They tried to blame it on a classmate of hers. Girls are hitting puberty earlier today. Yeah, seems like it. We're going to have to go in here and see what Miss Chloe wants. These dogs are demanding. She may just need to go out. Hold on one second, guys. What do you want, baby? You need to go pee-pee? Right in. Okay, she just needed to go pee. Yeah, but let's see what this says. There was a woman in the picture up top, the second picture. It's really not safe for kids to be on social media with all these, pedophiles and stuff around. A statewide sting operation in Virginia. I'm not screen sharing, am I? Yeah, I am. Resulted in the arrest of 30 men who allegedly used the internet to solicit sex from children. 30 men? That looks like a woman up there. The second picture at the top? First row, second picture. Maybe not. Fairfax County Police revealed in a statement that Operation COVID Crackdown targeted predators who used online platforms to engage in sexually explicit conversations with children who were actually undercover police officers. Detectives reportedly took the men into custody as they arrived at the agreed upon location. I used to watch To Catch a Predator. Chris Hansen. Y'all remember that show? He used to bust them left and right for that. Apparently kids aren't safe anymore. No. I mean, used to, you didn't have to, the internet didn't exist. So you really didn't have to worry about it too much. Just, keep an eye out. These women need to quit letting their boyfriends and stuff that they hardly even know babysit their kids while they're at work and stuff. A lot of these cases, when there's been child abuse and a kid killed, it's usually by the mother's boyfriend. A lot of them. He is after a YouTuber now, Chris Hansen. I watch his YouTube channel sometimes. I saw kind of a funny story I was going to share with y'all if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. We talk about so much gross, brutal stuff. Got to look up something funny sometimes. I'm going to share this. So a teenage girl got stuck in a washing machine. And I've only saw the title, so it's a bit of first time I'm reading it. So a teen girl gets stuck in a washing machine during a game of hide and seek gone wrong. And this happened in Virginia. A fire department in Virginia was recently tasked with rescuing a teen who got stuck in a washing machine during a game of hide and seek. The Prince William County Department of Fire and Rescue responded to a Woodbridge home on Sunday night. Then they learned that Amari Dancy, 18, became stuck in the household appliance while playing hide and seek with her younger cousins. In a video posted to Instagram, Darcy is heard saying she got stuck in the washing machine during a game of hide and seek. Her explanation invokes laughs from first responders. Dancy's aunt, who reportedly filmed the strange ordeal, told NBC News that first responders removed the top of the washing machine before pulling Dancy out. Wow. I mean, that's cute. She's playing hide and go seek with her cousins, but getting inside of a washing machine? Oh my gosh, what was she thinking? Wash me hide, Mary says. That's cute. Hey, Lisa, when you're a mom, you do not let a man near your kids until you've known him for at least 6 months. Look him up on the internet. See if he's a criminal. Yes. And she says, better yet, don't date till your children are older, much older. Yeah, because a little toddler, a little baby, can't tell you that they've been abused. If you don't see the bruises, then you may not know. There was a story out of, I think that was Georgia, where a woman, she had let her boyfriend beat on her daughter. The kid ended up on life support and she ended up dying. But she was standing in the room as he beat and sexually assaulted this little girl. And she wasn't but about 10 years old. Can you imagine that? Just some old woman just standing there letting someone abuse her child and sexually assault her child, her little girl. You couldn't love your kid and allow something like that to happen. What in the world is wrong with people? They must not have no motherly instinct. It just kills me. At my high school, there was a coach that raped his girlfriend's 1.5-year-old. Shocked the entire school. Wow. Yeah, we had a coach around here, a baseball coach. He had been molesting boys for 30 years. I knew he had because one of his victims is Mark's friend, and he told us the story up here one day. And I said, you should report him because he's probably still doing that. He's well known. Everybody liked him. Well, about 6 months later, someone else reported him, and then all the victims come forward. Yeah. His ass is in prison. And the high school band director, he was just caught in Kentucky with child pornography on his phone. Sick individuals. Oops, let me go let Chloe back in real quick, guys. Sorry about that. Miss Chloe. Miss Chloe, she's up stirring around. They get up and they go out in the mornings, my dogs, and they come back in, they go back to bed, and then they get up and eat breakfast. They're so weird. Hey, Pamela, Leave It to Beaver, she started doing true crime. She did a comparison of Casey Anthony and Megan Boswell. You might be interested in that video. Many women are desperate. They would have to be desperate to let someone abuse their child. They're pieces of crap. Anyone that lets someone abuse their child or animal. I don't know what's going on with the world. Child abuse is on the rise, though, I believe. It's hard for me to read about, too, Leave It to Beaver. Can't hardly stomach it either. Because when you're reading something, well, like this is how I am. When I'm reading something, I get a picture of it in my head. Yeah, it's sick. I'd much rather talk about the adult cases. But someone's got to talk about these kids, you know, make people aware what's going on in some of these homes. We need to let these abusers know that we as a society are not going to put up with their evilness. Jamie, I never let another man around my girls. I used to work at a place that temporarily houses abused children, the horror stories. Yes, and they got to live with that the rest of their lives inside of their head. I know what that's like to have stuff inside of your head and you can't make it go away. When you get older, it gets easier with time, but you still think about it or you'll get flashback. Just really, really messes with you when you become an adult. It can really affect, your relationships and everything. Try not to visualize this. I try, Love Rogue. I try not to visualize. I can't help it. It's so, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't read about the kids' cases, but I just feel like somebody needs to talk about it and advocate for them. Have y'all been following that missing persons case? The girl's been gone for 2 months. What is her name? I had it written down. Her last name is Jessica Van Sant. Now, Nancy Grace just called her Jessica Van Sant, but it's Jessica Van Sant Deitzel. She's been missing 2 months. She went missing, they think, somewhere between February 16th and March 1st in the Leesburg area, of course, in Georgia. And her mother, Christina Johnson, recently gave an interview to Nancy Grace. I listened to it yesterday. But she was last seen on store surveillance camera with a man. You could see, the only thing you could see really was his arm opening up the door for her. And he had tattoos on his knuckles. Let me see if I can find her. Type in her name. Now, I think that she used to be in an abusive relationship with her ex. He had been in jail, but right before Jessica went missing, he was released. She is a really pretty girl, and she is a mother. She has a child. Hey, faithful one. Melman says, yeah, I do too, Sissy. My brain goes straight to my abuse. I know, it's hard not to. And, and then when I read about those kids' cases, I remember how much fear I used to feel and stuff. Sometimes it'll make me start breathing real fast, I just know what it's like to be fearful of an adult. Okay, so Jessica Van Sant Deitzel, 21-year-old Georgia mother, has been missing a little over 2 months. On Wednesdays, Crime Stories with Nancy Grace on Fox Nation, Jessica's mother told Nancy Grace that she's worried something tragic has happened to her daughter. Authorities say Jessica vanished at some point between February 16th and March 1st from the Leesburg area. Her mother, Christina Johnson, last had contact with her through Facebook Messenger on February 4th. Then on February 18th, Jessica sent messages to a number of people while using someone else's phone, according to investigator Danny Alday of the Lee County Sheriff's Department. So she was talking to numerous people on the 18th, all day, told Grace. She was at the local motel, the Deep South Motel in Albany, Georgia. Authorities traced the phone number, according to Allday, to a very uncooperative person of interest who has since hired an attorney. Investigators are currently driving around each location where the phone pinged, searching for clues, but nothing so far has led to the missing mother. Now, I hate to say this, but they mentioned a motel, and in this picture, surveillance picture, I'm not screen sharing now, my crap. Anyways, in the surveillance picture, I think it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I hate to say it, but I'm just wondering if there's drugs involved. And then this person that they traced the phone to that she used won't cooperate with them and hired an attorney. That's very suspicious to me. Okay, so here's the surveillance footage. And she was spotted at the In Market convenience store on Clark Avenue in Albany on February 13th around 5:45 a.m. Okay, and that's when you can see someone behind her, and you can see a hand back there. Just because someone, I don't know how much of this surveillance video they have. They probably know for a fact that this guy was with her. But I started to say, I have people open up the doors for me all the time when I go in the gas station. Pamela, I watched it yesterday. It's a very good comparison and very true. Yeah, she did a good job on her video. Trisha, hey, hon, how are you? See if I missed anyone else. I think I saw Pamela W come in. Hey, Pamela. I got 2 Pamelas now. So, anyways, Nancy Grace had a podcast about this, and it was really good. Y'all should check it out. Now, this next part says, is Jessica's ex involved? So, Christina Johnson told Nancy Grace that her daughter's ex, Kenneth Leslie Deitzel, has been harassing and stalking Jessica for years, which escalated after she broke up with him. Johnson added that the man was released from jail just a few days before Jessica disappeared. He's now back behind bars on numerous charges, including, in part, drug possession, felon in possession of a firearm, and terroristic threats. And here's some more pictures of Jessica and her mother. I have a feeling that the boyfriend did something to her. He probably this is my theory, he probably got out of jail, probably suckered her back in. She met up with him. They got in a fight. Fight got out of hand, and he killed her, and he dumped her body somewhere. That's what my theory is. I could be wrong, though. Pamela, especially when you visualize an 8-month-old baby, it stays with you. Yeah, I know. That story has really bothered me. I was thinking about that this morning. I may quit reading the ones that are like that, because that's a little much. Just subscribe to Mailman. It's so nice to be in groups where no one's going to send the police to your house or look up your family and cause chaos. Yeah, I know. Yeah, be safe, the other chats. I mean, there are some still good, safe chats out there, but people can be a little much on here sometimes. I just stay in my own lane, do my own thing. It's the way I look at it. I look at YouTube and this community just like a normal real life community. This is the way I think about it. There's always people in every community that don't get along, right? And so that don't mean just because I like this person and they don't get along with this person, I'm going to dislike the person they don't like. You know what I mean? I just like who I like. I like everybody. I don't always agree with everybody. Of course not. But anyhow, let's do my own thing. It's the best way to be. I have a good time on YouTube by doing it this way. I really do. Even though we talk about true crime and stuff, I have a good time on here chatting with you. I kind of just look at it like some of this stuff goes on is really, really not none of my business. Okay. So it seems like this guy got a history of abuse. Jessica's mom goes on to tell Nancy Grace that he was very manipulative to Jessica and abusive. So he is on the radar of police, but he's not facing charges in connection with Jessica's disappearance right now. Jessica Dotzel is described as a white female who stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighs 150 pounds. She has blonde hair, green eyes, and a tattoo near her upper left chest, near her collarbone that reads Elena. The clothing she was wearing when she disappeared is not known. And of course, it says anyone with information on Jessica's whereabouts should contact the Albany Police Department. She's been gone 2 months, guys. It's not looking good. However, she could be held up in somebody's house somewhere. You know, maybe she don't want to have any contact with her mother. But my gut tells me that something's wrong. Marley. Hey, Marley. Y'all know that sucks. You can't click on people's pictures anymore and go to their channel. Like somebody comes in, you want to click on them, go subscribe to them. It won't let you do that in live chat no more. Meow Meow. CC loves people disagreeing with her. Yeah, I love it. I don't really mind it, but I don't like it when Mark disagrees with me because he tends to be a know-it-all. It seems like I know this Marley, you're familiar with him. I hear my dog in there scratching. It's so annoying. They say, I know. I was going to like click and go subscribe to you. Wait, Marley, have you been on YouTube for a while? I don't know why they changed that option. It's terrible. I don't know why they done that. There has to be a reason that YouTube quit that. I mean, everybody's got a channel. As soon as you comment on a video, you have your own channel. And you can upload to it. Marley, I thought that was you. You got the cute little dog, right? Yes, girl, I was with you as a beginner with Analyzer. Oh, Lord, don't even say that name. Oh, jeez. Oh, I've not seen that lady around in a while. You know, she don't like me and I don't like her, so there you go. Little rogue, I remember Marley. Yes, well then I have two. Yeah, I thought you had dogs. Yeah, I know exactly who you are now. Marley Jamie either. Yeah, I wish her the best, whatever, but I just don't associate people that do that crazy crap, faking shit. Well, how have you been, Marley? Have you been doing good? I've heard her. Oh, yeah, you've heard me telling people off. Yeah. Hey, sometimes you got to tell people off. I don't like to act like an idiot on here. I have before, but sometimes people need to be told off, and they need to know how you feel about them. That's why it's just best for me to do my own thing. Ask her how long her leg is. What does that mean? How long's your leg? For the most part, I try to get along with everybody, though. Little Poor Oak, she's been around forever, too. Meow Meow, a lot of them. I was friends with Sky Angel. That sounds familiar, Sky Angel. Read that again, Cece. Ask her how her leg is. What's wrong with her leg? It's still attached, she said. Well, that's a good thing. Your leg's still attached. Critters, say. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, she still does videos. Critters does. I thought she uploaded one the other day. Some kind of little grocery haul or something. She broke it water skiing. Leave it to Beaver. Your leg. Oh, my leg. Leave it to Beaver. It's still the same. I had to put aspirin cream on this morning. When you got leg problems, it's terrible. So I feel for you, Marley. Not funny, but when she told me I could picture her doing some stunt. Leave it to Beaver. Oh, no, I'm so confused. I was confused too at first. Oh, thank you, Marley. I need to get my hair cut, but coronavirus going on. Can't do that. It's time to be trimmed. Even though I don't straighten my hair a lot, that flat iron's still bad for it. I use that protective spray before I straighten it, but still just needs to be trimmed after a while. The ends. I used to take you to work with me, CC. Remember? Yeah, there's a lot of people that listen at work. Hey, I don't blame them. Hey, I listen while I'm working around the house. I've been trying to get out of the habit of always having to listen to a video, when I'm working around the house. Crap, I got a TV to listen to, but I just get in the habit of things. But I've been trying to break myself from that. I watch a lot of bird channels, different parrots and stuff. I've been watching Amber Lynn Reed. Foodie Beauty, I can't hardly take. Bless Chantel's heart. Do y'all watch her from the mukbang community? Foodie Beauty. I reckon she don't like Diane no more. I can't believe she watches Diane. Like, Foodie Beauty's like a big channel. But I just can't stand that smacking and making love to food. I've never saw such crap in all my life. She'll be going, And I'm like, oh my God. Who wants to get in front of a camera and eat? Who wants to watch that crap? What, Jamie? Oh God, Jamie's going to give me a heart attack. If you color your hair, those aisles are empty now. Seems like it was a wave of TP, frozen food, now hair color, nail stuff, because women's nails are falling off. Do you know, like almost all the foundation, Maybelline foundation, I wear the Fit Me foundation was almost gone the other day. I about had a freaking heart attack. And I had to get a color darker than what I normally wear. And I just have to lighten it down with my concealer and powder. Like, what's going on with people? My hubby will lose his shit over smacking. Me too, leave it, Bieber. I can't stand bad manners, bad table manners. I can't stand that. Like, was you raised by animals? Close that mouth. And I can't stand that moaning to food like you're having sex. Jesus Christ. My dog's hairdresser has a virus. That's so funny. Your dog's got a hairdresser. Oh. If I just had one dog, I'd take it to the groomer. But I got like four. So we just groom them ourselves. We cut our schnauzer's hair and our Yorkie, two beagles. Don't got to mess with them. Just give them a bath. Oh my gosh, I let Lady loose the other day to run around. She went down the woods. I don't know what she did, but she came back and she was covered in gray dust. And, I mean, she looked like she was gray. Mark said she probably may have went through some kind of drain pipe or something. I used to mix light and dark foundation too. These people are crazy. I know, Jamie. Like, gosh, did y'all just all of a sudden start wearing makeup and washing your hands and wiping your butt with TP? It's like all the hand soap and everything's gone. And I'm like, people, you should have always been buying hand soap and washing your hands. I think they just buy it, hoarding it up, thinking there's not going to be any more. I colored my hair probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe. So I'm good for another 4 weeks. I don't do mine but about every 2 months. I like my roots just to grow out just like a little bit. So I'm good with the hair dye. I did have a problem. I did notice when I got my hair dye, they didn't have the exact color I usually get. So I had to get another color. You think we were a little more civilized, huh? Yeah. We actually have signs up at our grocery stores that the elderly get to shop as soon as the store opens, like for the first hour, hour and a half. Then everyone else can. I am so not feminine inclined when it comes to makeup. I'm very lacking. I'm lucky to use foundation eyeliner. I could not tell you anything about nothing. I don't know why. I don't have the girl gene. I've always liked makeup. I think I come by it honestly. My great grandmother, she loved makeup. My mom's double first cousin, she loves makeup, and she used to fix my hair and do my makeup when I was little. So I love it. I'm not that great at putting it on, but I love it. I watch a lot of makeup tutorials, and those tutorials are helpful. Like, I watch the ones like if you got hooded eyes, or, if you're more of a mature woman like us women, getting up there in age, how to do your makeup and, make yourself appear younger. I finally got it down how to contour pretty good. But I have stopped wearing makeup every day. It's unbelievable. I cannot believe it. Like, I've always worn makeup every single day, whether I'm going somewhere or not. But I've been having a lot of breakouts, and I think I need to let my skin breathe. So I got me some good facial cleanser and stuff. And when I do wear makeup, I make sure not to be lazy and not take it off. Sometimes, I'd be bad to fall asleep, not take my makeup off. Thank you, Jamie. I don't have any artistic ability, so it's hard doing my makeup. And I've been trying to learn how to do the winged eyeliner, the cat eye, and I just can't get it even on my eyes. One side will be, higher than the other, the wing. Meow, I hate makeup. I love makeup. I love getting Ipsy every month. And I'll tell you why I like Ipsy. Even though I get the sample size, what's cool about it is if you like a product, you can order the full size at a kind of a discounted price. But another reason I like just getting the samples is because sometimes I may not like a product. If I don't like a certain kind of lotion they send me, I don't want a big old bottle of it. So, anyways, I love my Ipsy. Oh, thank you, Marley. Actually, didn't use no filter or nothing in the picture I have up. I just used my light in my living room. Ma'am, I'm extremely artistic but can't do good makeup. I always tell Mark, like, he can paint and draw, can do anything. Woodworking, wood burning. I always tell him, you'd be a good makeup artist, I bet. I'm going to have to let him try one day. KDF, I've never watched a tutorial. I don't have a lot of stuff that they use. Yeah. Well, I have like the contour palettes and stuff, but as far as like the eyeshadows, all those, kind of expensive brands, I don't have. I have one Morphe palette. I have a, crap, what is it called? Let me grab it real quick. I can tell you what it is. Just right here. Oh, it is a Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics, and I do not like it. I actually got this at Marshall's for like 21 bucks. I think they're usually like 25 bucks, and it's just a neutral colors, but they're not that pigmented. I didn't really like it. I want some Jeffree Star eyeshadow. I want the new palette he just came out with because it's got a lot of purples in it, a few blues. I could wear those colors. I watch a lot of other tutorials too, like how to hatch chicken eggs. Hey, Marley, did you know I have a goat now? I have a goat, a bunch of hens to go Sunny Rooster. They got their own channel. I've never watched Jeffree Star. I love Jeffree Star. I have watched Jeffree Star. Well, I've known about Jeffree Star since MySpace, before they even had Facebook. And then I followed him on Instagram. I remember the first lipstick he launched. He came from nothing and built himself up. I love Jeffree. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. My son even likes Jeffree Star. Her name is Annabelle Marley. Annabelle the goat. I want Jeffree Star's house. Have you seen his new house? I hated him and his boyfriend broke up. They had been together for years. But his boyfriend was straight. He was straight, heterosexual when he met Jeffree. I don't know. All that's confusing to me. How you can be straight, but then being in a gay relationship. I don't know. It's weird to me, but each their own. I don't understand it. Yeah, Jeffree's boyfriend is straight. Every now and then, Jeffree would, bring in a woman to satisfy Nate. And Nate's a good looking boy. He's from Michigan, I believe. Met Jeffree online. Because Jeffree Star's been a social media star since MySpace. I think he was with Jeffree for money. Nate seems like a good person. He used to work in a pet shop. When he met Jeffree Star, yeah, he was working in a pet shop. It doesn't make sense, does it, KDF? KDF, did you see the video I put in Discord? It's the video of Joe Exotic shooting his watch that Carol Baskin wanted to take from him. I know you said you hadn't seen that video, and I found it. And I put it in Discord yesterday. Let's look up and see if they say anything about Carol Baskin. I know she uploaded another video. I'm subscribed to her channel because I'm nosy. Carol Effin Baskin. I can't even call her a real name. I always want to say Carol Effin Baskin. Flowers in her hair. Okay. Uh-oh, she's going to be mad about this. Kansas, Baskin Robbins location hilariously changes sign to read, no relation to Carol Baskin. She's going to be mad about that. One Baskin Robbins location is making sure consumers know its famous name is no relation to the infamous Carol Baskin. So this is in Junction City, Kansas. Oh, they changed their sign to read no relation to Carol Baskin. That is so funny. She'll be mad as hell about that. Who is Carol Baskin? Carol Baskin owns Big Cat Sanctuary. She was on the documentary Tiger King on Netflix. Do you know who Joe Exotic is? It's a long story, Marley. If you've not seen the Netflix documentary Tiger King, what's it called? Murder, Mayhem, and Madness. And it's a documentary about the big cat industry, Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin. They both have had big cats, and they were in this internet feud. And Joe Exotic allegedly put out a hit on her life. But they had this feud going on for 10 years. Yeah, it's a whole big thing, Marley. You've got to watch it. Oh, I know her. I watched that movie. Okay, yeah. I wish I didn't know who Carol Baskin is. Yeah, yeah, my hubby feels the same way because I talk about it too much. I'll be joking around. He'll say something like, it's Carol effing Baskin's fault. A bunch of wackadoodles. Yes. So Doc Antle, ever since this documentary aired, Doc Antle was in it. His life has been threatened on numerous occasions by people who's angry about the documentary. He is sleeping with an AK-47 underneath his pillow. Okay, yeah, I love Tiger King. Me too. We need to get Joe Exotic out of prison. He wasn't going to kill Carol Baskin. She's crazy. It says, since the release of Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness, fans are wanting more. And those featured in the docuseries are experiencing overnight fame. While Joe Exotic, Maldonado Passage, is reportedly loving his newfound fame from inside prison, others like Doc Antle are seeing the downside of being in the public eye. The zoo owner says he's now sleeping with an AK-47 after death threats started rolling in. Antle told the Mirror that he's receiving up to 50 threats a day and fears that activists will kill him. My life is threatened every day, 1 to 50 times. People say they want to kill me. They're going to kill me. They're going to get me. Much like Joe Exotic, Antle isn't a fan of Carol Baskin, owner of Big Cat Rescue. In the docuseries, she revealed how she has received a number of death threats herself, but Doc Antle blames her for his current situation. The insanity she's written, all of the stuff she said that I'm this evil dude, people think there's something there. In the Netflix series, Baskin admitted that she too slept with guns by her side at night, out of fear of Joe Exotic and those who supported him. But Antle has a history with guns, and this isn't his first rodeo strapping up. I don't know where the next crazy person is going to go, he said. I'm a professional cowboy. I grew up with a 6-gun on my hip when I was 10 years old. That's the Wild West I grew up in. So I've always had some automatic weapons and a variety of other 50 guns in my life. I have a pistol in my pocket, another in my glove box, and I travel like that all the time. He really tries to be a cool dude the way he talks, doesn't he? The old Doc Antle. I'm going to be seeing Doc Antle. I'm going to be visiting the Myrtle Beach Safari. I think Doc Antle does love animals. I think he has a passion. He shows more passion about animals than Carol does. Go watch one of Carol Baskin's freaking videos when she's talking about them cats. She has no kind of emotion in her voice when she's talking about these big cats that she, supposedly loves and has dedicated her life to. There's no passion. You can tell when someone's very passionate about something and loves what they're doing. She doesn't show that. I mean, she's like stone faced. You know what I mean? When she talks. And her stupid diary entries are boring. I only go over and read that description to see what she's going to say about Dawn, her missing husband. She never had a memorial service or anything for her. Her one diary entry that she read online told me a lot about how she felt about Dawn. She was talking about how, she was just disregarded, how he was a tightwad, how, he didn't give her any money and wanted to know what she spent. Then after Dawn disappeared, guess what? Carol didn't have anyone controlling what she spent. She had access to all Dawn's money. That diary entry showed a lot of resentment towards Dawn. And she was victim shaming. That's the way I'm going to say it, Dawn. He's not here to defend himself. And she, calling him a tightwad and this and that. And, she's the victim. She's the good one, of course, always. Let me get back to my chat here. Bye, Pamela. Have a good day. I love it when you get going, CC. Oh, gosh. See, I got more passion about talking about Dawn's disappearance than Carol shows about her cats. Yeah, she's a professional victim. Even before I watched the documentary stuff, when I was just looking up stuff about her and reading stuff, I could tell what kind of person she was. And then when I watched the documentary, I was like, yep, I had her pegged right. I mean, she looks so stupid in some of her YouTube videos with that big flower thing on her hand. It's not a small, cute one either. It's this big, huge one. You can't even see the top of the woman's head. The flowers in front are so big. And I'm like, what in the hell is she doing? He don't even look cute. Mel Mel had a cute one on the other day in her video, and I was like, oh, you trying to copy Carol Baskin? But hers was cute. It was small. This one is like this big, huge flower thing on her head. She looks ridiculous. She looked like she'd been smoking some wacky backy the other day, which that's good with, fine with me. I don't care. There's nothing wrong with wacky backy. But she's a freaking nut. I got to thinking, maybe she don't smoke wacky backy. Maybe she's taking Xanax because, her voice is always like this. And she'll say, 1997, Dawn and I were lying in bed. And then I rescued a bobcat. I love that bobcat. That's the way she talks. I mean, it's ridiculous. We can't tell you love the bobcats. This morning, I'm so disappointed in the dodo. Do y'all watch the Dodo's channel? This morning, I ran across a video that was uploaded 8 months ago, and it was about white tigers. And I was listening to the narrator, and the voice wasn't familiar, but they just kept telling the story about how white tigers are man-made. People breed them to get the white tigers. And they told the story of how a hunter came across a white tiger cub in the woods one day. He took it, and that's where all the white tigers came from that we see today. And they're born with birth defects, cross eyes, some are blind. They can be hair-lipped, whatever. As I listened to the video, and then I watched this tiger get into a lake, I was like, that's Carol Baskin's place. And I'd be damned if it wasn't in the description. Big Cat Rescue. I knew it. I was so disappointed. They probably didn't know, though, about Carol effing Baskin. Stop saying that it's not weed. It's Zanny's. Weed is for people not like her. Yeah. Hey, yeah, my favorite person on earth is freaking Jeff Lowe. I can't stand that scumbag. Well, listen, Leave It to Beaver sent me a picture the other day, right? KDF. And it was Carol Baskin's ex. And guess what? He looked just like Jeff Lowe. How is that possible? Wait, it's Carol Baskin's ex's son, I believe. See, the next video that you do, you read an article, can you please do it that voice? Yeah. We will imitate Carol Baskin on a regular basis after we rescue the bobcats. I loved it when you went, hey, Jeff Lowe is a piece of shit. I told Mark, my hubby, I was like, he sent Bridget here in the true crime community an email getting on her for saying stuff about him, I reckon. And I was telling Mark about it. He's like, if he sends you one, I'll reply to his email. This is what Mark said. I said, he wears a Harley Davidson jacket around all the time, but you never see no Harley. Mark said, he's a poser. I said, good word. He's a poser. He's a wannabe. I'm over here effing crying. Or Leave It to Beaver. Sorry, I got you mixed up. Threatened legal action. Well, bring it on, Jeff Lowe. This is the United States of America. If you're going to put your ass on a Netflix documentary, we, the public, are going to respond and have opinions about it. If you don't like it, keep your ass off camera. Simple as that, idiot. Quit wearing that damn jacket around. Like, should be ashamed of yourself. You're old enough to be that girl's great-grandfather. I'm not age shaming. I'm just saying that's weird. That's weird. You're too old for her. That's my opinion. Telling her she needs to get back in the gym after she has a baby on camera for millions of people to see. It shows a lot about you. It shows how your mind works and what you think about your woman, your wife, whatever she is. Piece of crap. Light Feather. How are you doing, Light Feather? That's right. Leave It to Beaver. Bring it, you poser. We'll take you down. I'm going to continue to tell people that you abuse animals because I have seen you abuse a lion. You had no business sitting behind that line with your stinking woman, taking a picture, videoing. That's not what lions were put on this earth for you to take pictures with. Of course, it got upset and you pushed its head to the ground like that. You had no business in there with it. I wish it'd bit you. Not hurt you, just bit you. He probably ain't got a pot to piss in. He tried to go in business with Tim Stark. That didn't go well. Everybody he has a friendship with, goes in business with, it fails. I think he needs to look in the mirror at his own self to see why this is happening instead of blaming it on other people. Kay Smiles from here in our YouTube community, she knows that Tim Stark. She was in here the other day and she mentioned it. And I told her she needs to do an interview with him. If I was her and he was my friend, I'd done been on the phone with him. He was all bent out of shape at Bridget because she revealed that he's broke and just rents stuff to do videos. Well, he does. It's the truth. He doesn't even have a Harley Davidson. He's sporting that jacket around. I think I may have seen one little small clip of him on a motorcycle. I don't even think he owns one. He gives all these guys that ride Harleys and stuff a bad name. He said, he had a lifestyle like the Sons of Anarchy. He wants to be like that. That's the image he wants to portray. Like he's some kind of motorcycle gangster. The people around my area that ride motorcycles, it's just like regular people, and they do it as a hobby, and they'll, have big charity rides and stuff like that. It's not the damn Sons of Anarchy. You're a poser, Jeff Lowe. My hubby said so, so let's make it true. He was taking around tiger cubs in Las Vegas in this party bus. People get on the bus and party, and they pass those tiger cubs around petting them. Do you think a little baby tiger cub wants to be passed around by a bunch of drunk assholes? No, they don't. They should still be with their mother. He breeds and sells tiger cubs too. Don't let him fool you. He got butt hurt about the car. What? You know what, Jeff Lowe? You can scratch your ass and get glad. Don't rent cars and pretend they're yours. He's an idiot. Joe Exotic did a lot of things wrong. But Jeff Lowe did basically steal that zoo from him. He basically ran him out of there. Now, Joe was accused of embezzling money. That wasn't right. I can understand Jeff being upset about that, but they basically ran him out of town. Ran him out of town, stuck his mom in a nursing home, I believe. So, KDF, what about this picture of this person that Carol Baskin knew looking just like Jeff Lowe? What Jeff Lowe did is he got a hold of Carol Baskin and he arranged this whole setup with Joe Exotic, the murder for hire plot. That's what happened. And I wouldn't be surprised if Carol didn't give him some money. Jeff, his motive, he needed Joe completely out of the way so he could have total control over that zoo. And Joe eventually left the zoo and went to Florida. He had no choice. He was in fear for his life, and I believe him. Jeff Lowe and that Allen guy, I wouldn't turn my back to him. Absolutely not. If I was standing around them, there's no way I'd turn my back to them. They'd stab you right in the back with a knife. Karen, I went on a date maybe 10 years ago, and on the third date, he asked me if he could borrow 250 euros off me. Oh, my God. Did you tell him to kick rocks, Karen? I can't stand Jeff Lowe. He must not know I've been talking about him. Maybe he thinks, oh, she's not no threat. But it's the same thing with Carol Baskin. You put your ass on a documentary, people's going to talk about y'all shady asses. I can't believe she didn't have enough common sense to know going on that documentary, going to put the spotlight on Dawn's disappearance. I've heard some people say Dawn might be in the septic tank. I certainly told him I was going to the bank and blocked him and left him there. I don't blame you. I'd have left his ass there too. Has anybody ever went out on a date and they made you pay for it? Look, I went on a date with the guy when I was in high school, and he made me pay my way into the fair. And I left his ass there to walk around by himself. Some of my friends went the other way. Didn't even offer. What a loser. He turned out to be a loser, too. His mom was a teacher at the school. She was a good lady. I don't know what the hell happened to him. We used to call him Opie because he looked like Opie Taylor. I can't believe I went on a date with him anyways. I guess I was bored. I don't know what possessed me to do that. Definitely not my type. Bless his heart. He had something wrong with his back. It's kind of like humped over. Now, he couldn't help that. No, but he was just an idiot. Oh, Opie. They literally had the damn nerve to say, y'all stop talking about my missing husband. What the hell? Look, she had this man, she had to wait 5 years, Carol did, to get Don declared legally dead through the courts and stuff. She didn't even have a memorial for him or anything. She just stared out the window. It was daytime, blinked out, then it was nighttime. And that's how she said goodbye to him. That woman would not even have that cat rescue if it hadn't been for Don. He is the one that got them into cats and stuff. Carol lies and acts like she rescues cats, and she has rescued some, but she buys a lot of cats too and pretends they're rescued. And she also breeds cats. It wasn't just Dawn that bred cats, it was her too. Her cat sanctuary sucks. It sucks. I was so shocked. The only good part about it is the cats have access to like a lake to get into, like so far into the lake, and then it's blocked off with like a fence and stuff. But that's the only good part about it. But for her to get, and the reason I say it sucks is she gets so many donations. She is rich as hell, right? She makes all kinds of money. Like one day she was bragging about making $23,000 from Facebook. And her cat sanctuary sucks. I mean, they just got old stuff inside the enclosures. I mean, to me, I think those cats should have some kind of badass enclosures, some kind of cool custom built cat house for the big cats to go into, their shelter, a big rock pond for them to get into. That's the way I think it should be set up. A lot of things to entertain them, this and that, but it's not set up that way. It's overgrown with weeds. And they say they do that to mimic the tiger's natural habitat. And I get that. But why not go buy some of those huge tropical plants? It's got the big leaves and all that, and plant inside of there for them. Fix it up. She's cheapskate. Dawn's not the only one that's tightwad. That old bitch is holding on to all that money. Her place looks raggedy. It does. It does. I know my little funny farm might look raggedy, but I'm not getting millions in donations. If I was getting tons in donations and had a goat sanctuary, chicken sanctuary, it'd be fixed up badass. You better believe it. Tight ass girl, she said, tied her damn ass squeaks. She talking about Dawn. Another thing, KDF, I'm trying to figure out who this Jamie person is. Some kid named Jamie lived with Carol and Dawn. Because in one of her stupid diary entries, she's talking about how Dawn didn't want to pay like a cable bill. Jamie wanted cable. She agreed, do some chores with the cats to work it out every month. She's making Dawn out to be a tightwad. She spends her money on all her animal print clothes. Yeah, now she's got a lot of passion about her animal print. You could tell that. But when she's talking about the cats, I can't feel the love. Like when I watch George the Goose, I can feel the love. I can feel Bob is passionate about George and the other animals he feeds and stuff. You can feel it. You can't feel that coming from Carol. Now, some people don't show emotions. Tell CC gives a Carol a F you. And one of these days, I'm going to have my own goat sanctuary. That's for sure. Jamie is her daughter with her first husband. Okay, well, she doesn't talk about this kid like it's her daughter. She talks about Jamie like she's taking care of her for someone else. That's the way I took it. That's the way she presented it. Thank you for clarifying that. Now, who is the person related to Carol that Carol knew that resembles Jeff Lowe? Was that Carol's ex-husband that resembles Jeff Lowe? Water slides will be the first things the chickens get. Oh yeah, that would be cool. You ever go to the fair? And we when we have our fair, we have a part this big red barn. It's called McDonald's Farm, and they always got little ducks in there. And the little ducks, they'll go up the ladders and they'll slide down into the water, and they just keep coming around again. It's so cute. She definitely has a kid with her first husband. Okay. I wonder if she's gonna leave all of her money to her daughter. I think the way she done Don's kids was crappy. They only got like 10% of his assets. Now, when they say assets, I'm not sure if that includes money or like property. I don't know. But if I was Carol, I would be worried because Ripper Jack Gaming has been investigating her and putting up all kinds of videos, and he's coming with evidence and facts. It's not speculation. And he's going to turn everything that he has gathered over to the police. So now we need to see if the daughter looks like Jeff Lowe. Okay, so it's her first husband that looks like Jeff Lowe. Leave it, Bieber. Yeah, we need to do a side-by-side comparison. I could be wrong about Jamie. I'm positive she has a kid with the dude that looks like Jeff Lowe. Okay. The way that she was talking about Jamie, it came off as that she was someone's child that had worked for them and that she had took her in. We're going to have to look into that, and we're going to have to figure out if Jamie's her daughter or not, her biological daughter. I don't see this woman as having any motherly instincts. I mean, that's the way I read her. She just don't seem to love those cats like she acts like. I'm still amazed that you got to pay to volunteer sometimes. You got to pay this woman to volunteer to work with her. Something else I want to figure out, how many cats are actually at that sanctuary. I think there's supposed to be like 150, something like that. I know a woman had children. When she died, she didn't give them a dime, let alone any memorabilia. Trust me, the man left her well off. Wow. I mean, what these people think? You cannot take your money with you and your possessions. Goodness. I know a woman that died, and when they was cleaning out her house, her nieces, they found all kinds of stuff from QVC, different places stuff that hadn't been opened. They found checks that had been mailed to her that she hadn't cashed. I'm talking, they probably found like $20,000 worth of checks. She didn't cash or deposit. Maybe her first husband already had a kid. Maybe that's her stepkid. We're going to figure out. I'm going to Google it right now. We're going to see if Carol's got any damn kids. I would say her cats are her kids, but she don't treat them like that. She's been caught saying that she rescued cats and they had this and that wrong with them. And then the truth has come out. The cat was born there at her place. It was not rescued, and there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, she's got one kid. Okay, let's get in the Carol Baskin Wikipedia. Carol Effin Baskin. It's just saying one kid. Early life. Let's go to personal life. Okay, so she moved in with Michael Murdoch, her boss at a department store that she worked for when she was 17. The couple married on April 7th, 1979, but Baskin claims that she never left him and only married him because her parents were disappointed that they had been living together outside of marriage. She became pregnant soon after, and a daughter, Jamie Veronica Murdoch, was born on July 16th, 1980. Oh, her daughter's the same age as me. Well, I was born in January 80, January 23rd. She was born July. Okay, she has said that in 1980, when she was 19, she threw a potato at Murdoch as he attempted to attack her. She ran out of their home barefooted and met her next husband, Don Lewis, on Nebraska Avenue in Tampa. She and Lewis engaged in an affair for a while they both were still married. She became one of Lewis's many girlfriends and substantially grew his wealth by helping him buy and sell real estate in 1984. The pair divorced their respective spouses and subsequently married in 1991. According to Carol Baskin, Lewis was obsessed with sex and would frequently fly to Costa Rica, where he had substantial real estate holdings, to have affairs, timing the trips for whenever she was menstruating. Carol, are you serious, Carol? You're the one that's got people coming out saying that you like to get freaky in the hot tub, honey, and putting men on chains. See how she slanders this man's name, and he has been gone for years, missing, declared dead. Okay, let's see. Whenever she is menstruating. Okay. In July 1997, Lewis filed a restraining order against her, claiming that she had threatened to kill him. The restraining order was rejected. Carol claimed that he filed the restraining order because she would haul off some of his junk property whenever he visited Costa Rica. Well, Carol, that's disrespectful. Just to go haul off your husband's junk piles when he's gone out of town without even consulting him. That's rude as hell. Why not just have a civilized conversation? Negotiate something. Hey, let's get rid of this and this. No, that's why I do Mark, because he likes to hoard stuff too. Carol, she's a piece of shit. Okay. Because she hauled off some of his junk whenever he visited Costa Rica. Lewis continued to live with Baskin afterwards. Lewis told her multiple times that he wanted a divorce, but she did not think he was ever serious about it. So Don wanted to divorce her, but before he could, he mysteriously disappears. And guess what? Carol gets all of his money. Now, if they had just divorced, she wouldn't have got all of his money. She'd only got so much of it, right? Okay, it says a dispute ensued between Carol Baskin and Lewis's children over the estate, with her prevailing as the primary inheritor. The case of his disappearance is still open as of 2020. Carol met Harold Baskin in November 2002 at a kickoff party for the newly formed No More Homeless Pets organization. He joined Big Cat Rescue soon after as a chairman of the advisory board. He proposed to her in November 2003 and they married in November 2004. Well, Carol gets around, doesn't she? She's out saying that Dawn, you know, was a sexual deviant, but she's the one that's got exes coming out, or an ex coming out and saying she liked to get freaky in the hot tub and had a good sex drive. Seems like to me everything that she's saying about Dawn is really how she is. That's the way I take it. My husband keeps talking and interrupting me. Can't wait till the quarantine is over. Oh, like feather. I know. Mark's not been working in the last week. Oh my God, he gets on my nerves. I love him, but he gets on my nerves. I go hang out with my goat. freaky in the hot tub. Yeah, she getting freaky in the hot tub, KDF. And she also making Harold wear around a collar and a chain and a Tarzan Flintstone dress. I wonder if she gets freaky with Harold in the hot tub. I don't guess that's in my business, but I knew she's like that. I knew it. I didn't buy that little passive act that she's got going on, innocent victim act. Of course, I don't think Joe Exotic should have went on with his feud the way that he did with Carol. That ruined him. Ruined him. He got totally obsessed with it. The dude says it a lot in the article. Yeah, he got his money's worth out of that hot tub. Leave it to Beaver. Oh, what was his name? Schaefer. His last name was Schaefer. He kept saying, got my money's worth. Got my money's worth. She must have got freaky a lot in that hot tub. I'll bet Harold does everything she wants. Yes. Now, he seems like a good guy. He reminds me of my great uncle. My uncle kind of resembles him, and he was just really easygoing, didn't have a bad bone in his body, didn't argue, just went along with everything. I don't think it's good to be that way. I think it's good to, be easygoing. I'm like that. But I'm just not up for anything. I'm just not going to go along with anything that Mark tells me. I got a mind of my own. I think Carol, she totally controls that relationship. She's the dominant one. I feel bad for Harold, too. I actually think he's a good person. But I think that Carol has him badly, badly fooled. He's definitely head over heels in love with her. Well, guys, I guess I better get off here. I've been on here long enough. Before I go, I just want to tell Jeff Lowe, you're a piece of shit. And none of us like you. I really do think he's a piece of crap. Nobody likes him or Carol. But there's good reasons. They're frauds. They're fakes. If I could speak to Carol Baskin, I would tell that woman, try showing some emotion and acting like you're actually passionate about Big Cat Rescue and about saving cats. She damn sure don't act like she's into it. Yeah, we hate you, Jeff Lowe. We don't hate mean people because hate's a strong word. But, yeah, we don't like you. You set Joe up. Joe's not no innocent angel. Of course not. Done a lot of things that I don't agree with, but he was totally set up with this murder for hire crap. The animal part, what he was charged with, abusing animals, doing this and that, I don't know about that. I have to see proof of it. But I do firmly believe he was set up by Carol, Jeff Lowe, and this Allen guy, and that other pedophile-looking guy with the red hair. Yeah, I believe they set him up. Anyways, I love you guys. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for chatting, listening to me ramble. I will see y'all in the morning. I'm thinking about doing the BTK killer in the morning. I think it'd be a good discussion. Try to stay away from the kids' cases for a couple of days, I've been watching and reading a lot of stuff about the BTK killer. It's very interesting. But anyways, I love y'all. Be kind and have a good day. Peace.